Hi Guitasters, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Today we're going to do a bit of a quick one because my wife needs to help out preparations for, we're going to go sing a bunch of Christmas carols in an aged care facility tomorrow, and my wife has got to help organize it, and so she's got to go meet up with a woman from church to help do that soon, and so I've got to look after the girls. So we're doing a nice simple one today. Nice traditional carol. We're doing Silent Night. So it's a beloved favorite one. I think even if you're not religious, you can probably feel the nice soothing spirit of that song. And so I wanted to do it today. Now I have a reasonably high voice or a reasonably high voice. I'm not like Bruno Mars or Michael Jackson high or anything like that, but I consider myself a tenor. Or a baritone, as opposed to like a bass or anything like that. So I've got it in the key of C. I've seen it usually done like B flat or A. That's a little low for me. If you're more of an alto or like a bass, that might be a more comfortable range for you, or even G if you're a bass, if you're a true bass. But so we're doing Silent Night. Now this song is again it's in a 3 feel. It's in a 6. It's in 6/4. So it's like, which is a really slow 3, basically. But you can do kind of a 6 feel to it, but either way, we've really only got technically 3 chords, but we're doing a 5-chord version because we're throwing in a couple 7th chords to kind of give a more of a, again, like I was saying yesterday, dominant chords give a really good resolution to the song and stuff. So we started with our C chord. That's our C chord. So 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And you strum 5 strings down there. Now you can sort of do like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 feel to it if you wanted to. You could also do something like this. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. And then there's 3 verses. It's a strophic form, verse, verse, verse. So that's all we've got there. Really nice and simple. Now, just getting my windows right. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Now, let's go through those basic chords. We have a C chord. We have an F chord where you flatten your 1st finger down here. So you bring these 2 fingers down one, and then you flatten this finger down across those 2 strings. So if you want to get a better look at that, flattening this one down over those 2, and then that's your F chord. And so you only want to strum those 4 strings. And then the G chord. Now, if I'm in the key of C and I'm just using like C and F and G, I'll do a G chord like this. Like I was saying before, in the key of G, you want to do the 4-finger G chord. If I'm in the key of C, this is actually better because G is the dominant chord, and therefore this B note here really resolves back to the C note. So it's something called voice leading with it in musical theory. Certain notes want to resolve in certain ways, and certain chords resolve better to other ones. And so you have this interesting thing in the G7 chord, where you've got this B note here and this F here, and they resolve like that. And it sounds like a really solid resolution. So it's so we've got there's sort of 6 lines to this song. So we have Silent Night, Holy Night. So we get this C chord, and then we go G. All is calm. go to G7 because it resolves back to the C. All is, and then I go throw in a C7 chord there because that wants to resolve to the F, the same way the G7 wanted to resolve to the C. So, all is calm, all is bright, round your virgin mother and child. So, holy infant, so tender and mild. So that's those middle two lines there. So just F, F, C, C, F, F, C, C. So let's go from the start. So the first, sorry, 6 lines. The first line is just C. Silent night, holy night. Then we go G, all is to G7, C to C7. We have round yon virgin mother and child, and again F, the infant so tender and mild, back to C. Then we have sleep, G to G7 to C, and then we don't go to the C7 this time because it's not going to F immediately after it. Sleep in heavenly peace. So it's really simple like that. So it's really just a 3-chord thing. We throw in some 7th chords. Specifically when G is going back to C, we make it a G7, and when C is going to F, there we can make it a C7 chord. But it's really just that simple, and you've got. And so what we'll do is we'll go through it in a minute because we're doing a really short one today. We're going through in a minute. We're going to play through the whole song nice and slow. You can follow along with me at home. Now let's talk about what are we going to do with our right hand. So you can do strums like this, just nice slow. You can do. Let's go to 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Silent night, holy night, all is calm. The only problem with that is it's a little heavy-handed unless you're going quite slow. So really, you're gonna have a much nicer feel to it if you can do some sort of a picking thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. And you can do that with your fingers. I don't recommend it unless you've got a really good, clear-cut, repeatable pattern that you can do on each of the chords comfortably. It's easier to use a pick in terms of interchangeable patterns between the different chords. Because there's only a couple chords, you can probably get away with this one more so. But again, you want to think about these decisions when you're looking at what you're going to do. Alright, now I will do a finger picking one here as we go through the song now. We're going to finish up, we're going to go through all 3 verses nice and slow so you can play along at home. And I'll situate myself just here so you can raise this up a little bit. There you go. I can shuffle forward and you can see both hands in the screen. Okay. And so in terms of if you were doing an intro, usually you do like kind of something like the last. So C, as an intro. So. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round crowned yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake as the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, lost pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. And that's Silent Night. Super easy. And obviously I threw in some trickier stuff with those seventh chords. You don't even have to do that. You can just do the entire song with C, G, and F. And so it's really simple. It's a really nice simple one to do. That's all we're going to do today. I'm going to cut it there. Remember, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, that to be part of the conversation, be part of the lesson, you can come to Twitch and join in, and it's a lot more fun because you can actually ask questions. Or if you're trying along at home, you can say, like, I'm having trouble with this chord and I can't tell why. I can give you a lot of valid suggestions about why you might be having trouble with that, because I've been playing guitar for almost 20 years now and teaching guitar for the last 3 years at a major Sydney guitar school. I've been the head teacher there. And so I've learned a lot about all the best techniques and things that you're meant to be, ideally you should be using when you're playing guitar and things. And so I'm a really good resource here, and you should totally join in on the Twitch community. Thank you so much for watching Guitasters. It's been wonderful. All the best, and if I'm not exactly sure what's happening tomorrow, I'll probably do another short video tomorrow, or I might do a special thing with my wife. We might just sing a couple Christmas carols or something like that, and do a bit more of a show instead of an actual lesson. But anyway, I probably will be back tomorrow, and then I'm definitely back Monday. So have a good one, everybody, and Merry Christmas.